welcome back. This week we'll be reading Chapter 7, Breaking Out. Chapter 7, Breaking Out. Shortly before 4 o'clock, Monroe got up off the bed. The grey man was still asleep in front of the television. Monroe thought that he and the man were probably about the same size. Looking in the wardrobe again, he found some old black trousers and a dark blue wool jacket, also quite old and dirty. In one of the drawers, he found a dark blue baseball cap and some sunglasses. Quickly, he changed. Looking in the mirror, he was pleased at the difference. There were some trainers on the floor, so Monroe decided to change his shoes too. They were a bit small, but not too uncomfortable. Anyway, Monroe thought small trainers would make him walk a little differently. That would be useful. Often, we know someone by the way they walk, so it was a good idea to change your walk as well as your clothes. Everything about his appearance was now very different. As a final touch, Monroe drank some whiskey and put some more whiskey over his clothes. Anyone who met him now would think he was in the middle of a weekend he would never remember. As he moved things from the pockets of his old clothes to his new clothes, Monroe turned his phone on and checked for messages. There was just one from London. It read, VEJ 563. Before he left the room, Monroe looked out of the window down into the car park at the back of the hotel. On the far side was a blue car with a man in the driver's seat. He was smoking a cigarette and reading a newspaper on the wheel in front of him. From time to time, he looked up at the back door of the hotel. It was still going to be difficult to get away from the hotel, but at least now they did not know what he looked like. As Monroe went quietly down the stairs, he decided to try getting away through the back door. He was almost sure there would be someone watching both the back and the front. But if there were going to be any problems, the car park at the back was not so public. The London office did not like their executives making trouble in public places. Monroe got to the bottom of the stairs, pushed open the back door of the hotel, and half fell into the car park. He wanted everyone watching to think that he had just come from the bar after a few too many drinks. He walked a little way across the car park towards Hamian Katu, and then he suddenly turned around, moving like a man half asleep, and started walking in the opposite direction. As he did so, he saw the man in the car open the door and start to get out. He was wearing a red t-shirt with the name Harry on it. Perhaps it's his name, thought Monroe. Monroe looked at him and realized that Harry's orders must be to speak to everyone leaving the hotel. Monroe moved closer to the wall of the hotel so that it would be more difficult for other people to see them. As Harry came across to Monroe, he spoke to him in Finnish. "Are you having a good party, my friend?" he asked. "Not bad," said Monroe in Finnish, his voice thick like a man who had too much to drink. "I don't drink here much myself," said Harry. "I prefer more expensive places." "Got a cigarette?" asked Monroe. He wanted Harry close to him, and he wanted to be sure he didn't know who Monroe was. Harry put his hand into his jacket pocket, but suddenly stopped and looked closely at Monroe. Monroe couldn't take a chance. He took one step forward and brought his knee up hard between Harry's legs. Harry's head came forward, and Monroe hit him as hard as he could in the face. This time his head went back, and he crashed to the ground. As he did so, however, Monroe saw a dangerous-looking knife in Harry's hand. Monroe knew from Harry's face that he had hurt him, and that this fight was now very serious. Harry got to his feet, his face red with anger. Holding the knife in front of him, he moved towards Monroe. "You'll be sorry for that," he said in English. Monroe moved back until he could feel the wall behind him. Harry smiled. "You can't go back any further, my English friend. Now I have you." And as he said this, he ran forward. Monroe took a step to his right. The knife hit the wall and flew out of Harry's hand. His hand crashed into the wall, and he half fell, turning towards Monroe. Monroe closed his hand into a fist and threw it hard, crushing it up into the bottom of Harry's nose. There was a horrible sound as the bone in his nose broke. Harry's eyes closed. His body dropped to the ground. Monroe looked down at him. "I should have told you," he said. "I'm Scottish, not English." Monroe's hand hurt, and he was shaking after the fight. He checked the car park quickly, but no one else was around. He moved the body under one of the cars near the back of the car park, and then ran towards Hami and Katu. Now he had to take care of the men at the front of the hotel. That is the end of Chapter 7. Some action for Monroe today. He is clearly well trained. He knows how to handle himself. The poor man with the broken nose, I'm sure he'll get over it. I wonder how he's going to deal with the people at the front of the hotel. We'll find out in Chapter 8. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video. Have a great day. Bye-bye.